From YouTube's World News headquarters in Berlin, The Lately Show with Florian Strzeletz.
Welcome back to The Lately Show in our international edition, where we usually take a look over the fence almost every time with me, YouTube's Florian Strzeletz. Okay, let's get back again to Donald Trump. He somehow seems to follow the show like a ghost, making it some kind like a haunted show, I guess. Does anyone has the number of the Ghostbusters, or did they already die because of Trump care? Nevertheless, we have to talk about Donald Trump again, and of course about the election in 2016. It seems there was something strange in the election in that year. To wrap things up, we now have the special investigator Robert Mueller. The former FBI director had to do a testimony to the Intelligence Committee of the Senate, and there are a lot of leaks, which all shows that there's something wrong in the United States. I guess everybody knows now what all this is about. It's, of course, the Russian affair currently threatening Washington. Or isn't it, Donald?
Well, I respect the move, but the entire thing has been a witch hunt, and there is no collusion between certainly myself and my campaign, but I can always speak for myself and the Russians, zero. I think it divides the country.
Donald Trump, after firing the FBI director James Comey, thought that he stopped with this move any investigation made by the FBI about the Russian connection to his team. But everything went even worse.
We have major breaking news right now. The U.S. Justice Department has just named a special counsel in the Russia investigation. Let's go right to our justice correspondent, Pamela Brown. This is huge, Pamela.
This is a significant step. We are learning that the Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein has appointed former FBI Director Bob Mueller to now oversee the Russia probe and look at the possible connections between Trump campaign associates and Russia. This announcement coming on the heels of the news that President Trump asked Director Comey back in February if he would stop the Flynn probe, according to our sources.
Of course, at the moment, the whole Russian affair is only about the connection Trump's team has or had with Russia in the past, and maybe today. But these investigations are slowly tightening the noose on Donald Trump. And to distract everybody, the White House and Donald Trump are doing every monkey business possible, hoping to distract the public what the Russian affair is really about. Namely, how Russia and his government have manipulated the US election in 2016. Not only by buying into the Trump circle for a few dollars, but how they influenced the election hugely, even worse, much worse, by hacking. The whistleblower Reality Lee Winning, which is her real name, and it's a pretty cool one by the way, showed the dimension of the Russian hacking with a document she leaked from the NSA. And how dangerous hacks have become showed the hack of the server from the Democratic Party and their candidate Hillary Clinton, where thousands and thousands of documents were published by WikiLeaks. And hacking alone was not the only option. Russia created a huge army of social bots to also manipulate opinions in the internet. Obviously, this all helped Donald Trump to get into the White House. We are now at a state that even when the FBI director gets fired, we're not only asking the President of the United States why, we are asking the Russian President Putin also.
Your question looks very funny for me. Don't be angry with me. We have nothing to do with that.
And of course he says he has nothing to do with it. It's like asking a James Bond villain, hey Blofeld, did you steal the nuclear missile? And he's sitting in full American football gear on that missile saying, no. But we here at the show, we would be a bad copycat of The Daily Show if we didn't try to get a closer look at the Russian affair. And that is why we are now going to talk to our correspondent Tina Müller, who is right now in Washington DC in front of the White House. Hello Tina, and how's the general mood in the White House right now? Hello Tina? It seems she's not there at the moment. Or she didn't make it just in time there. Oh, I'm just getting the information that she wasn't allowed to film in front of the White House because she denied to hear the tremendous story how Donald Trump won the election, told by Donald Trump himself. But that should be no real problem, because we sent our other correspondent Tom Thompson to Russia, where he's now in front of the Kremlin. Hello Tom, greetings to Moscow, and also to you my question, how is the general mood in the Kremlin right now? Hello Tom? Well, it seems he's not there at the moment also. Or he didn't make it just in time there too. Oh, I'm just getting another information that he wasn't allowed to film in front of the Kremlin because he denied to play a hockey game later against Vladimir Putin. Of course, playing against him with no safety gear on. Okay, that should be our first threesome conference here at the show, and it seems this threesome is going to be the third verse in my life. I have no clue what we should do now. Sorry. Oh wait, I just got a sign from our producer. It seems we are having a Skype call right now. Who wants to get on the show? Great, now we have become a fucking call-in show. But okay, hello, you're now live speaking on The Lately Show.
What's up, Comrade Strzeletz?
Wow, Comrade Vladimir Putin is doing a call-in right now in our show.
Da, Comrade, greetings to you. And first of all, I have nothing to do with the cancellation of Sense8 on Netflix to get things clear.
Okay, that wasn't my first question I had in mind to you.
And I also have nothing to do with the finance crisis in Italy. In Greece, duh, maybe, but not in Italy.
And that wasn't the second question I had in mind to you too, but Comrade Vladimir Putin, are you in any way involved in the failing of Theresa May in the United Kingdom?
Niet, never. She's going to destroy her all by herself. She doesn't need me for this. Not like Trump needed me in the United States to win the election.
Are you going to tell me that you were really behind the manipulation of the US election in 2016?
Damn, I misspoke. You and your very good interview skills make me say this. You are tricky, Comrade Strzeletz. Yes, I manipulated the election all by my own. But how many views do you have? Comrade Trump says 1.5 million, like the number at his inauguration. And that means, translated from the Trumpicanian, not more than 4 viewers. Do svidaniya. Okay, thanks a lot, Comrade Vladimir Putin, and of course, do svidaniya. So the clouds over the White House are getting darker and darker, and what is Donald Trump doing?
Just the greatest privilege of my life, and it's to serve as Vice President to a president who's keeping his word to the American people.
And it's an honor to be able to serve you in that regard. You set the exact right message.
President, what an incredible honor it is to lead the Department of Health and Human Services at this pivotal time under your leadership.
Right, he gets himself cheered up by his cabinet, which only took more than 120 days to get completed because they are all shitty, like their commander and shit-talking. It is clear that Donald Trump is telling everyone that the Russian thing is just a campaign from the fake media against him, but he seems to be some kind of trap right now. Any other president would be ashamed to the ground, but not Donald Trump. And what we see here with the Russian affair paralyzing America is in a way a Cold War 2.0. A Cold War Russia almost won at start. In the last Cold War, America dominated because of the power of their money. And now, Russia bought themselves into America with a lot of American dollars to bring America to tumble. America was also divided under Obama, but the fights between the Democrats and the Republicans have become a bloody trench warfare. The American society was hopelessly at loggerhead also in the past, but Trump made it even worse thanks to the power of his tweets. And even how Trump treats the American Constitution like its bitch is making people to stop believing in their democracy. And even when Trump is gone and Mike Pence is not elected again, America is divided, has changed, and has not only a few scars on its skin. America seems to be terribly broken. America still thinks that it is the greatest nation on earth, the greatest nation under God. But that is clearly wrong. No country of the world, no nation can call itself the greatest nation on earth. Every nation has its pros and contras. No one is better than the other. Not Russia over America, not America over Russia. And only tyrants are saying that their nation is better than any other nation on earth. And then they let themselves get cheered up by the cabinet, whereas a storm is approaching outside. And that's all for our show today. And please don't forget to like, to sub, and to maybe call your mother. It's been a while. Till the next time. And can someone please tell me how Putin got our number and how to change it? The Lately Show. Join or never mind.